everybody, hope everybody's doing good and staying blessed. I am back, and this is going to be me just doing I'm sitting on the couch talking, and it's going to go probably all over the place, so just letting y'all know in advance. I've been watching some of my other fellow YouTubers videos and stuff like that, and I've had some things come to mind, and I figured I would mention that when it comes to products and stuff, that I know most of the people here are well versed and they already know everything, so take this in stride, but be careful what you put on your hair and on your scalp, because there are some things that you can put on your scalp that will irritate your scalp, but the ends of your hair and the rest of your hair will be fine with. However, keep in mind also that whatever you put on the ends of your hair, if you have your hair hanging down in your face and stuff, you can end up with acne if you actually have a reaction to whatever, because your scalp basically, skin, scalp, but yeah, let me move on from that. And I figured I would do this video specifically for somebody who started their hair with braid locks, and the general information that I'm about to start talking about is just across the board with natural hair or just products in general. And by no means am I a professional or any of that stuff, so take whatever I say for however you want to take it. I'm just putting information out there that maybe it'll be helpful to somebody, maybe it'll be something that you didn't know, or it's something you already knew but you just chose not to pay attention to. So first thing that I wanted to talk about is certain products, ingredients, and why I do not use them, and I stayed away from them even when I was loose, after finding out how it worked on my hair and how my hair and I reacted to it, and not just that, but what the bad things that resulted. So I stay away from petroleum, mineral oil, and beeswax stuff. Now, beeswax is a natural product, but a lot of the beeswaxes and stuff that's out there, if you look at the ingredients, will have some of those other things mixed in there. I don't use none of that, but I'm just going to say, say that to clarify that beeswax itself is natural, but some of the stuff that be up in there, not so much. But if you want to use whatever you want to use, just so that nobody tries to stab me or something, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you my side of how I feel about that whole stuff. Do whatever works for you, do you. From my understanding, as far as locks in general, hair itself, if left to its own devices without you putting anything on it, will lock itself. It'll mat itself. It'll do that all by itself. You don't have to do nothing to it. Okay? Over time, it might take longer for other people, but from my understanding, hair will do that on its own without you touching it. And the reason why people tend to touch it is so that they can get the look that they want. Okay, I can get that, but as far as whatever it is that you're doing, your hair is going to lock at its own pace, unless you do some dread perm or some chemical stuff, but I ain't even gonna go into that. So that being said, considering your hair will do that on its own, I know that some people want to have dreads in 60 seconds, but it's a journey unless you go to get extensions, or I'll leave that alone too. But if that's you, that's the way you chose your journey. However, with dreadlocks, patience is the key, and some stages, because your hair gonna go through some stuff, and some people go through it a lot rougher than others, it seems. However, I start to wonder with what I said at first about your hair being clean, and that your hair, without being inhibited by something else, sticking in between the strands, tends to seem to lock faster on its own without having other stuff in between it. Now, as far as putting wax in your hair, I've seen a lot of people putting wax in their hair and they swear by it and it seems to work for them. However, this is going to be from my perspective. The idea of slathering something onto my hair in order to get it to do something that it would do anyway without me slathering it on there just doesn't make any sense to me. It's not necessary for me to do it while I do it. However, if I had to insist on putting something on my hair to get it to do that, it definitely wouldn't be no wax, for the simple fact that it's not really water soluble. Therefore, you need to use some type of sulfate or some serious cleaning agent in order to strip it out of your hair. And even after you done tried it once or twice, you might need to wash your hair several times with this stripping agent, shampoo, sulfate, whatever. You can do your own research on that to get it out your hair, and doing so you could actually damage your hair. But that's just food for thought. So that's basically why I avoid that stuff. It not to mention the fact that it attracts lint, dirt, dust, and whatever the heck else piling up into your hair. And depending on your own regimen and your cleaning, washing cycles, you can have that stuff sitting up on your head for who knows how long. So, that make any sense to you? Alright, so also I wanted to just encourage those people that are out there that are doing braidlock. Now, not everybody's experience or journey is the same, but one thing that I've noticed that's like straight across the board is you start out with your braids, and that your hair starts to get the frizzies. And after a while, those frizzies and the hair doing what it does, eventually the braid pattern somehow disappears. And I started calling them the magical frizz, because one moment the hair just frizzes up like crazy, and the next it starts becoming more tame, and that braid pattern just disappears. So if you don't stress out so much about it, it really the time will just go by quickly. The next thing I wanted to talk about is with braid locks. They're called the permanent braids for a reason. There's always that chance that, based on a few different factors, the length of your hair when you start and the texture of your hair, there are some people who it takes over a year or more before their hair actually change. And in some cases, depending on whatever they had going on, in some cases I've seen, and it's rare, that the person, it just looks straight like a braid. Now somebody can correct me on that, but everybody's hair takes a different time to lock too. So it's better not to sit there and look at somebody else's journey and see that they might have locked in like 3 months or 4 months, and somebody else they locked in 6 months, and then you still sitting there waiting for your hair to lock and change if you're a braid locker. So I'm really hoping that when you go on your journey, and you do you, but I hope that you find that release and that freedom in taking a moment to just look at yourself in the mirror and say, this is my hair, it's going to do what it's going to do, and no matter what I do to it, it still want to continue to do what I want to do. So I could put whatever it is I want to put on my hair and try to get it to do whatever it's going to do, but it's still going to be what it is. So it like a child, it grows up, it comes out looking one way, and then you look at them years later, they don't look like that baby no more. So that's how I look at my hair. Now, that being said, as far as some other things that I've noticed with braid locks in general, when it comes to seeing people's journeys and stuff like that, it's really nice to see how a person you see them when they first start, and most of them, I guess including me, seem so anxious and excited and happy, and then the frizz comes. And then the frizz gets a new friend called shrinkage. And shrinkage, depending on how your hair was when it was loose, in comparison to when it's locked, why would you think that your hair wouldn't shrink anymore after it's locked? That your hair is going to shrink, depending on how shrinky your hair was when it was loose. Yeah, you gonna have that shrinkage, and that's part of the process, from what I understand and what I've been going through in my short braidlock journey and watching other people's journeys. Frizz and shrinkage, they come in, they get up in your life, and they sit there with you. And you that's just something that I guess you just have to be able to get used to and take in stride. Now, let me see if I know I usually just go jumping all over the place with stuff, but I hope that little bit of me talking has helped somebody with some stuff that they might not be too sure on, or they really just might have needed to hear somebody else talk about. But yeah, shrinkage, it can either be looked at as a serious negative that you can't stand and you just have to deal with, or you can look at it as something positive, as well, my hair, it doesn't look as long as it is, but I know that my hair is growing and that my hair is healthy and that I'm on my way. So hopefully this has helped somebody, and let me know if you have any questions or anything else. Oh, and also I figured I would give a shout out to Too Talented 810. He is a braid locker, and he's one of the few braid lockers on here that I'm subscribed to that actually does retwists of his roots. And I figured I'll give him a shout out because there's another YouTuber that I made a comment and I added your name because you were the only person that I knew of, like the first person I could think of that actually maintains their braid locks with retwisting. And also I wanted to tell him that his hair looks nice and I like his color. There are a few other braid lockers out there that have just started their journeys, and I really wanted to say good luck, and I'm looking forward to seeing how you progress and how your hair is going, and how wonderful your progress will be throughout the months and whatnot, throughout the years. And just stay patient and hang in there, and you're not alone in the going through the stuff. And feel free to ask me any questions. Alright everybody, stay blessed. See you guys later. Bye. Oh, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Alright, bye.